Good morning. My name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage and I'm coming to you from South Africa. And this morning I am going to talk to you about my Make 9 and I'm going to show you a fabric haul from my stash. So I don't need to buy fabric. I have fabric that fills basically this whole room and maybe some other places that I forgot about. It's part of my job. I make clothes for people, but I'm also in a place where I cannot continue having all this fabric. It's not good. It's not good for my mental health, but it's also not good for my house because it's taking it over. Disclosure, lots of the fabrics was given to me by people who cleared out their sewing rooms or just who didn't want it anymore. And because I sew and because I used to have a little shop, I would take it, but it's getting out of hand. So I went shopping in my stash and I put my Make 9 together. My criteria was, there's some things I'm going to finish that's not finished yet, so I've started them already. And the other criteria is, it's things that I need to have in my wardrobe. So one of my biggest ambitions has always been to have a linen wardrobe. I do have a few pieces of linen, and so I've decided to actually take them out and be brave and make something out of it. Because you know Schrödinger, he's this guy who had this theory of there's a cat in a box, is the cat alive or dead? And you won't know until you open the box, but if you open the box you know for certain, and then if the cat's dead then you're sad, but as long as the cat is in the box you will have this hope that the cat's maybe still alive. Now I have had a Schrödinger's box approach to my fabrics. As long as the fabric is in the cupboard, the potential is still there. And I can make anything of it. And what if I cut it up and I make a mess and then I lose it? But I'm no longer going to think like that because it's getting to a point where there's just too much. So the things that I've needed is pajamas. I need tops for summer. I don't need a dress, but I want a dress. I need panties and I need swimwear. And I need a pair of proper pants, smart pants. So I'm going to start from this side and I'll work my way that way. The first thing is, let me just quickly, I also took out all the scraps. Another thing that I want to do this year is work away the scraps. Now often there's like half a meter or maybe a bit more that's left over, and then I just fold it nicely and put it away. But now, this year, or for this Make 9, I'm going to use those scraps. So the first one is this beautiful linen, but it's got a stretch to it. It's actually got quite a stretch to it. So out of this I'm going to make kind of like a t-shirt. I like, there you can see. So I was thinking I'm going to do it like a racerback because I like wearing them. And it looks like this. So what I did is I played with it last night and I started cutting it out. And I thought I was going to give it a nice fancy zip in the back, but I realized I don't need that. But it's going to be it's not a lot of ease, just enough so you don't show my tummy. I don't like showing my tummy because it's a bit big. And that is going to be this top. Then I'm going to count these two as one. I have this pattern that I've made for years. It's actually a very nice little camisole. So it comes up high in the back and in the front, so it means your straps are just that long. And then it just drapes. And both of these two pieces of linen are quite drapey. This one not so much, but I'm sure it still will work. So I'm going to make two camisole tops out of this because it will just make my wardrobe more versatile. And I need linen tops. Of course you need linen tops. The next thing is I need panties. And have you seen how expensive panties is lately? I don't want to pay that for a panty. So I found this. This is a viscose lycra, these two. And I have made panties out of viscose lycra before. They wear like a dream. And then this is a cotton lycra. It's a bit thicker. It will work as well because I've made panties out of that as well. Also scraps. And I'm going to use View G for the panty pattern. I've got other panty patterns, but I really like this one. I've gone online. This one, it looks like it's discontinued, but I see you can pick it up on Etsy and those places. It's a very nice costume pattern. I've used it a lot. Speaking of costumes, this fabric was given to me. Somebody ordered it at one stage. It's lycra, and she never made her costume, so she gave it to me. So there's this, and the stripes, of course. There's always stripes. I love the stripes. I think there's half a meter. Yeah, it's half a meter of each. Why does it feel so funny? No, it's still fine. And then there's the navy blue. So I want to make G and A. And then I also want to make the little skirt H that you can pull up. Or I might make another type of skirt just to wear over it. So that's going to be my swimming costume. And I'm very excited about this. I might have to line this now that I'm looking at it. So once you use this for the top, I will have to line it. But I was going to line it anyway, so I might have to use this one to line it. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one to line it. Just the front. The back can be plain. But I think there will still be enough to line as well as to make my under one or two panties. So that's for this. And the next one is this beautiful Rami linen. Again, this was given to me, I think it was 2001 or 2002. And it has traveled with me through all the years because I always thought I was going to make pants out of it. But I realized I wear dresses more than pants. So I'm going to make a dress and I'm going to line it with this because I do not want, this is a viscose that I think I bought, yeah, for one of my ranges in, I think it was 2016. I made like peasant tops in this with a beautiful lace, and there's quite a lot of that left over. So I'm just going to line it with this. Line this with this. The pattern I'm going to do. So also, I forgot. Another thing I said for myself is I have to use patterns that I have. I'm not allowed to draw up any new patterns because I have too many. And I have a confession to make. One day I'll show you. I have 1,000 or so patterns. It's not what I bought. I might have bought maybe 100 of those through the years. The rest was all given to me. Now, you know those filing cabinets for patterns that you find in pattern shops? I have one that's almost full with patterns. That was my granny's 1950s, 1960s, up until today. And I'm going to start using them. So the first one, this is actually an all-time favorite. I've used this one a lot. So I'm going to make view E without the pockets. If there's enough fabric, I'll make the pockets. Otherwise, it's just going to be like that. But I'm also going to give it a V-neck. I love a V-neck. So that is going to be this. Very excited about this dress. I think I'm going to start with. Now I need to finish the black and then I can do this one. Then, after that, there is my smart pants. So I found this online a while ago. I've now cut it out and put it together and everything. But it's called it's from the magazine Sew, issue 153, September 2021. And it's the Peggy trousers. It's not a good picture. It looks like that. So it's got a pleat in the front and it's kind of loose. And I'm going to make it out of this pinstripe linen, which is really beautiful. I'm really excited about this one. Then I need pajamas. So for my pajamas, I might just cut out the pattern out of my head, but I might force myself to use a pattern. But this is just something, if you have any pattern with an elastic in the waist, you can use it for pajama pants. And I am looking at the pants on this pattern because I've got it out already. I'm very lazy in taking out my patterns because they're in the garage and it's quite a mission to get to them. So I've got a few boxes in the house of patterns. I'm just going to use this one for the pajama pants. I'll make it narrower because it's quite wide. And I'll make it no, I don't think I'm going to make it longer. I think I'm just going to make it like that length. And then for the top, I have this pattern that I've used a lot. I've got this. It's a beautiful cotton lawn, which also have been around forever and a day. And somebody gave it to me because it had a stain there, but that's not a problem because I can still use it. So what I'm thinking is make the top in this, and it's this specific top have a little inset, so looks like that. I'm not going to make it as long because it's for pajamas. Then it gets little pleats up here, and then it has a little basque, and it's also quite high. It comes up to there with just a short little strap, and then this is the back also get the basque. So I'm almost tempted, I'm going to play with it, but I think I'm going to do the inset in my pants fabric and the rest in this. I think that will look cute, and it will pull the two together. Maybe I will make it longer. I think I'm going to make it as long as I can, because then I can also wear it as a night dress. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to make it longer, try just like 4 fingers above the knee, because then I can make a night dress out of it. And just put them together or wear them separate. So I'm getting pajamas. Another confession. I have one pair of pajama pants for winter. That's been around for 10 years, because I got it for my 40th birthday. And then I have, it was actually 2 dresses, but out of viscose, and I've turned them into pajamas, and they literally are falling apart. So I'm in desperate need of pajamas. I'm a seamstress and I never have clothes. It's one of those things. Then I am going to finish this. I've showed you this before, but I'm ready to actually wear it. It is so close to finish. So that is why I'm going to count it, but not count it exactly, because it's kind of a cheat. I'll count that one as my 9, and this one is just my bonus item. So as you can see, everything is together. It's just the sleeve caps. And I've come to the conclusion, I started doing it by hand. I'm just going to finish it on the sewing machine so I can wear it. Everything is done otherwise. I even made the buttonholes by hand. I need to finish it. I want to wear it. So yes, that's going to be done. And then lastly is my knitting product. There's most likely going to be a lot of other knitting projects, because I can't help myself. But I have this knitting project living in this beautiful bag. My friend gave it to me 2019 for Christmas. I was visiting her in America. And I have this. Let's first take out the pattern and then take out the yarn. The only thing about this bag is it's a bit difficult to get things out because it's like a strange shape. But I still love it. So I'm using this Cascade 220 yarn. You can't find it here, so I got it also in America a few years ago, and I love it. It is such a beautiful yarn. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool, and it's like this light grey color, which I love. I had a jersey that I bought once in this color, and I actually got this yarn to replace that jersey because it was from a local it was like Target. It's called Pick and Pay. It's maybe a bit more, yeah, say it's like Walmart more. Sorry. But it was very synthetic. And I hated it, but I loved the color and it worked in my wardrobe. So I'm going to make myself a new one. It's the Rower cardigan by McCall one. And her work is amazing. Let me see if I can get a better picture. I almost don't think I have it there. So the back is a masterpiece of cables. It is just so pretty. And then the front is like that. And I can see myself wearing this a lot. So that is the project for this year. I am going to finish this cardigan, Rower by McCall one. It's more like a coat jacket. And it's got this collar that goes around, so it doesn't have a button. I might give it buttons, but yeah, I think I might give it buttons. Or maybe just give it press studs. I think I'm going to give it press studs. That's more convenient for me, because I don't want I'm not sure I want the buttons down the front. I'll think about it. But yes, that is my make 9. I'm going to use fabrics from my stash, and I'm going to use patterns from my stash. I'm not allowed to draw up new patterns because they just invade the place. Like I'm not allowed to buy new fabric because they just invade the place. And I'm doing this video because I want to be accountable to you, but also to myself. Because often I have all these ideas and I do not finish them. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and thank you for coming along on this sewing journey of working up my stash. It's going to be so much fun. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.